morning, pilot. Today we will learn the procedures to cold start, taxi, and take off in the F5E. Press space when you are ready to begin. Attention! If you have a gaming device that controls the aircraft's throttle, set it to idle position. The ignition system can operate from both an external ground power supply and the onboard battery. Set the battery switch to the upper bat position by using the mouse button or by pressing the right control plus right shift plus B keys. Alternate current is provided by two generators attached to the left and right engines. Each generator is enabled when engine RPM reaches 48% and stops generating when RPM is reduced to less than 43%. On the right vertical panel are two 3-position switches marked L-Gen and R-Gen with a reset position. Below, on the emergency signal panel, are two warning lights, L generator and R generator. These light up when the corresponding generator is disconnected from the power network. Set the generator switches to the upper L-Gen and R-Gen positions by using the right mouse button or by pressing the right control plus right shift plus H and right control plus right shift plus J keys. The fuel system of each engine has its own boosted pump, which automatically provides fuel to the fuel system, including the afterburner pumps. Set the booster pump switches to the upper left and right settings using the mouse or by pressing the right control plus right shift plus Y and right control plus right shift plus I keys. An engine can only be started with compressed air provided by an external ground start unit. Compressed air spins up the engine compressor, which in turn provides air supply to the combustion chamber, creating a fuel-air mixture. Connect to the compressed air supply unit.
Ground air supply is now connected.
F8 ground crew. F5 ground air supply. F1 connect. Once the ground crew reports that the ground compressed air unit has been connected, press space. Always start the left engine first and then the right one. The right engine can be started with the help of compressed air from the ground unit or from the left engine compressor. Give the command to the ground crew to spin up the engine rotor.
Apply ground air supply.
Radio menu. F8.
Copy.
Ground crew.
Air is now applied.
Once RPM reaches 10%, press the start button for the left engine located on the left vertical panel by use of the mouse or by pressing the left control plus left shift plus C keys. Then, set the left engine throttle to the idle position by pressing the right Alt plus Home keys. When the throttle is set to the idle position, fuel is supplied to the engine and will reach idle RPM within 35 seconds. As a result, idle RPM is 49 to 52%. Exhaust gas temperature is no less than 140 degrees Celsius. Temperature can for a short time reach higher levels, but should never exceed 845 degrees Celsius. Nozzle position is 60 to 79% full open. Fuel consumption is around 400 pounds per hour. Oil pressure is 5 to 20 psi. After the left engine has been started, you must check Pressure in the utility hydraulic system is 2,800 to 3,200 psi. Auxiliary intake doors position indicator displays zebra. Intake doors of the left engine are opened, the right ones are closed. Using external F2 view, you can see the position of the intake door using the external camera. To continue, return to the cockpit F1 and press space. The right engine start procedure with help of the external compressed air is similar to the start of the left engine. The ground crew will automatically switch compressed air from the left engine to the right engine once the left engine reaches idle. Give the commands to the ground crew to spin up the right engine compressor. \radio menu, F8 ground crew, F5 ground air supply, F3 apply.
Keep apply ground air supply. Copy. Air is now applied.
Once the right engine RPM reaches 10%, press the right engine start button located on the left vertical panel using the mouse or pressing the left control plus left shift plus V keys. Then set the right engine throttle to the idle position by pressing the right shift plus home keys. Pressure in the booster hydraulic system is 2,800 to 3,200 psi. Auxiliary intake doors position indicator displays the word open. After a check of the engine gauges, press space. Once both engines are started, you must ask the ground crew to disconnect the air compressor unit. \radio menu, F8 ground crew, F5 ground air supply, F2 disconnect. Once the ground crew reports that the ground compressed air unit has been disconnected, press space.
Copy. Ground air supply is now disconnected.
You must now check the operability of the weapon control system radar. On the left control is the radar panel. Set the mode switch to standby position by right mouse button clicking or by pressing the 0 key. On the radar display on the instrument panel, wait 30 seconds for the horizon line to be displayed. The radar will then switch to warm-up mode. Warning: due to the possible overheating, the radar can operate on the ground for no more than 10 minutes. If necessary, to stay on the ground longer, set the radar mode switch to the off position and return to the standby shortly before takeoff. To set the mode switch back to the off position, use the left mouse button or press the 9 key. On the lower side of the fuselage, in front of the main landing gear compartment, are two hydraulically operated air brakes that can be deflected down to 45 degrees. The air brakes are controlled by the three position nose switch on the right engine throttle. The wing control system includes the deflection of the leading edge slats and trailing edge flaps, which are used for safe takeoff, maneuvering, long-distance flights, and safe landing. This is controlled by the flaps lever, located behind the throttles, and the thumb switch on the right engine throttle. The control lever can be set to the following positions. Either up full retraction, independent of thumb switch position. Thumb SW, mechanization is controlled by the thumb switch. Full extension, independent of thumb switch position. The thumb switch has the following modes. Up, full mechanization retraction, used for maximum distance flight with all types of payload. Fixed mechanization position, provides minimum fuel consumption and improves lifting capabilities of the wing at lower speeds and used for maximum distance flight with external stores. Automatic mechanization control, depending on angle of attack and or control signal from onboard computer. Leave the control mechanization lever behind the throttles in the thumb SW position. Set the thumb switch on the right engine throttle to the auto position by pressing it twice with the left mouse button or by pressing the F key. On the wing control mechanization indicator in the left portion of the instrument panel, the full mode is displayed. This is because the wing controls are in the auto mode and the aircraft is stationary. After takeoff and landing gear retraction, the control mode will change itself to auto. Stability augmentation system makes the aircraft easier to fly by controlling the stabilizer and rudder. It automatically dampens pitch and yaw oscillations, and it provides manual rudder trimming. The SAS control panel includes switches for the pitch and yaw channel and a knob for rudder trimming. The pitch damper disable lever A is located on the stick. The onboard computer and controlling dampener channels provide comfortable flight at all speeds. Enable the pitch and yaw dampeners by setting corresponding switches to the yaw, left alt plus left control plus E, and pitch, left alt plus left control plus W positions. It is now time to set the pitch trimmer for takeoff, depending on aircraft configuration, presence of pylons, stores, missiles on launchers, and gun ammunition. If the trimmer is now set to takeoff position, a strong negative pitching movement will occur at takeoff. This can result in a crash, especially if the aircraft has a significant takeoff weight. Optimal positions of the pitch trimmer pointer for various takeoff configurations. No ammunition for guns, no stores, 6. Drop tanks, ammunition, missiles, 7. Drop tanks, ammunition, missiles, bombs, rockets, 8. Ammunition, missiles, bombs, rockets, containers, 9. Because of its location at the very left top of the instrument panel, under the hood, it is difficult to see the trimmer pointer. To simplify, you can enable the controls indication, right control plus enter. The pitch line indicates the position of the trimmer, comparing it with the label, corresponding to the full trimmer deflection. Set the trimmer to a value of 6 by pressing the right control plus period and right control plus semicolon keys. Check to make sure that the airfield pressure is set correctly on the altimeter. Set zero altitude on the altimeter using the pressure knob by pressing the left alt plus left shift plus A and left alt plus left shift plus S keys, or use the mouse wheel. All that is left now is to set up the artificial horizons. Enable the backup gauge by rotating the pull to cage knob clockwise until it sets into its recessed position. Set the pitch value of -3 degrees on the backup artificial horizon by rotating the pull to cage knob with the mouse wheel or by pressing the left alt plus left shift plus X and left Alt plus left Shift plus V keys. In the briefing, set the same pitch value on the primary artificial horizon by rotating the horizon knob using the mouse wheel or by pressing the left Alt plus left Shift plus E and left Alt plus left Shift plus D keys. Everything is now ready for taxi. To start rolling, increase RPM to 85% using the num plus and num minus keys.
Today passing. Control and follow me.
To engage the nose wheel steering mechanism, press and hold the S key. The nose wheel will now follow your ruggle pedal inputs, Z and X. Maintain taxi speed by adjusting engine RPM and using the main wheel brakes W. Typical RPM value for taxiing is about 60%. We are now at the hold short, right in front of the runway threshold. At this location, you must stop and make sure that no aircraft are landing or taking off. And you must receive permission to take the runway.
Okay, permission received. You can take the runway.
After taking the runway, roll forward several yards to align the nose wheel with takeoff direction.
Braking with you. Good luck. Out.
The nose strut of the F5E has two settings. By controlling the nose strut switch, located above the left console, you can change the height of the strut, thus changing longitudinal pitch of the aircraft. During return start warming up the radar. Set the mode switch on the radar control panel located on the left console to the standby position using a right mouse button click or by pressing the 0 key. On the horizontal situation indicator, located in the center of the instrument panel, use the course knob to set the course pointer to 88 degrees. Do this with either the mouse wheel or by pressing the left Alt plus left Shift plus 4 and left Alt plus left Shift plus 3 keys. The set course is displayed in the course window. Check for the absence of pitch value on the main and backup artificial horizons. Activate pilot heating by setting anti-ice system switch to the pitot, right control plus right shift plus F position. The anti-ice engine switch located adjacent must be enabled when flying in cloud and in cold weather. Close the canopy by using the canopy lever on the right side of the cockpit or by pressing the left control plus C keys. Check that the canopy signal lamp on the emergency signal panel located on the right console went off. In front of you, on the instrumental panel, is the master caution panel light, which lights up when any warning or emergency signal triggers. This attracts your attention to monitor the corresponding panels. After being pressed, the master caution light goes off and switches to waiting mode, ignoring the signal that caused the initial triggering of this light. It will illuminate again if a new event occurs on the signal panel. Press caution to continue. Keep the main wheel brakes pressed W. Increase engine RPM to 95% num+. Release the brakes and start rolling. Keep the aircraft straight down the runway with help of the rudder pedals Z and X. Make sure that the aircraft accelerates in a straight line and then move the throttles all the way forward num+ into after. At a speed of 140 knots, slowly pull the stick towards you to lift the nose wheel and take off. When airborne, retract the landing gear G. Check that the 3 green lights over the gear indications are off, indicating that the landing gear has been retracted. Adjust the pitch trimmer to remove pitch